AI agents are everywhere. But what are they and how can you use them for your business? Here's the truth. Most business owners don't realize how accessible AI agents have become and how much time, money, and stress you could be saving by using them properly. The best part is that they're actually pretty easy to make. It may sound overwhelming right now, but if you give me 15 minutes of your time, I'm gonna break down AI agents, what they are, and how to build them using no-code and low-code tools. After this video, you won't just understand how to build an agent, but you will have the knowledge to create functional AI agents that can help with creating Shopify products, managing customer outreach, and generating content based on your business data. But that is just scratching the surface of what's possible. I'm going to show you how AI agents can boost an e-commerce business, but the same principles work for any business type. Here's my promise. Anyone can learn this with no prior coding experience. It's just important that you understand the fundamentals and the limitations in the space. First, what are AI agents? An AI agent is like a digital teammate that can reason, remember context, access information, use external tools, take action, and it adapts based on feedback. Think of it as software that can work autonomously toward goals that you set for it. To understand AI agents, you need to first understand the levels of AI. Level 1, large language models. LLMs like ChatGPT or Claude are the foundation. Most people use these for conversations and basic tasks. So if you ask ChatGPT, write me a newsletter about my best-selling products, it can create good writing but doesn't actually have access to your real sales data. Level 2. AI workflows and automations. You can solve the data problem by building AI workflows that connect your Shopify's sales data to the LLM. So when you ask it to generate a newsletter about your best-selling products of the month, it pulls the exact data from your store and creates content. But here's the limitation. You still need to trigger the workflow manually and double-check everything. The workflow follows a straight path from A to Z without the ability to reason or self-correct. Level 3, AI agents. This is where autonomy begins. You tell an AI agent, create and schedule a monthly newsletter featuring my best sellers. It fetches the data, analyzes what's working, writes compelling copy, designs the layout, and sends the newsletter. More importantly, it uses reasoning to check its work, verify the data, and adapt its approach based on the results. This creates a circular self-improving process rather than a linear one. One key framework to know is React. Reasoning plus acting. Modern AI agents use the React framework, which combines reasoning and acting together. This means the agent doesn't just follow the predetermined steps, it reasons about what to do next based on the information it receives, then takes action, observes the results, and then reasons again. This creates a dynamic feedback loop that makes agents much more capable than simple workflows. So how can you integrate AI agents into your workflow? AI agents excel at taking over repetitive tasks while maintaining the quality and decision-making that you would normally have to make yourself. They can manage content creation, send personalized outreach, run A/B tests to find what works best, execute campaigns from start to finish, research competitors, and continuously improve their performance. However, AI agents don't replace you. They just amplify what you do. They handle the routine work so you can focus on strategy, creative direction, and high-level decisions. With today's no-code and low-code tools, building agents is definitely more accessible than ever, but it's still important to understand their limitations. These are the 3 core components of every AI agent. Number 1, the brain. This is a large language model like GPT-4 or Claude. It handles reasoning, planning, and language understanding. It's kind of what makes your agent smart. Number 2, memory systems. Just like us, modern agents have memory. This includes short-term memory for current conversations, long-term memory that retains information over time, and procedural memory for learned skills and patterns. Number 3, tools and actions. These let your agent interact with the real world. APIs, databases, email systems, social media platforms, and honestly, thousands more. The key is tool orchestration, basically managing multiple services smoothly at the same time. So, what's the best way to build AI agents with minimal coding? There are several amazing platforms, each with different strengths. For visual, no-code building, there is NHN. It's basically a visual workflow builder that has really amazing AI agent nodes. Next is Flowise for drag and drop lane chain flows. Then there's Microsoft Power Platform, which is more enterprise focused and has really strong integrations. If you want a little more control, you can dip your toes into some light coding. Some good tools are OpenAI Agents SDK, which works with over 100 different AI models. There's LangChain and LangGraph, which are great if you need more complex step-by-step behaviors. And then there's AutoGen from Microsoft, which makes it easier to set up multiple agents that can work together. I'm gonna focus on N8N for this tutorial because it strikes a good balance between what it can do and how easy it is to use. Okay, let's talk briefly about safety and limitations. Of course, there's certain things that AI agents can and can't do. They're really good at repetitive tasks with clear patterns, data processing and analysis, content generation and optimization, customer service, and basic decision making. But they do have current limitations. They can still make mistakes and hallucinate information. Complex reasoning still has gaps, and they still need human oversight for critical decisions, especially high-risk actions. And lastly, costs can add up with heavy API usage. A good way to get started is by giving your AI low-risk, repetitive tasks, the kind where mistakes don't matter that much. So for any high-risk tasks, always keep somebody in the loop to double-check and guide the AI's process. And also make sure that you have monitoring and alert set up so you'll know if something goes wrong. And also give the AI clear, specific instructions and build in safety checks to confirm that the results are accurate before you fully rely on it. Okay, now let's walk through creating your own AI agent. It is such a wild world that we are living in when you can literally create your own employees. Insane. To start, you can of course choose any of the offered templates. However, I'm going to show you how to create an AI agent from scratch so that you know how the process works. The same principles will apply when using templates. If you don't want to make an agent, but just want to keep learning about them, you can skip this section, but I definitely wouldn't do it if I was you. Now, I'm going to build a Shopify agent that can create product pages, gather all of my store analytics, run ads on Facebook, make content for social media, and even post it to the accounts. It's going to be a powerful e-commerce agent that can help automate all the routine tasks. And guys, even though it's autonomous, I'm going to want to monitor its performance. You can do one of these functions I'm doing or all of them. Totally up to you, but you can definitely start small. To get started, go to the AI section and add your first trigger node. I'm going to connect Telegram so that I can control my agent with messages. So for anybody wondering, Telegram is a cloud-based messaging app. Now, for each node, you will need to follow the steps to add a configuration, basically a login or an API key. Next, I'm going to add an AI agent node. A node is a building block that connects to other nodes, passing along important information or action steps. When you open a node, you can see it has three main parts in N8N. The left side shows the input, so what's coming in from the trigger or the previous node. The right side shows the output, what will go into the next node, and the middle section holds the parameters and settings. The AI agent node is the central piece that links your LLM, memory, and tools. Drag the text from the Telegram output and put it into the prompt user message section. This way the AI will respond to your Telegram messages. Guys, I know it can seem overwhelming, but it's actually much simpler than you think. Plus, at any point, you can ask the AI chatbot for help on how to build your agent, and it will have all of the answers for you. And there's also a document explaining the process for anything that you have to do right here. Next, we have to set up our brain under the chat model section. So click the plus sign and choose your model. You can use OpenAI or any other model that you prefer. Once you've picked one, click Create New Credentials and then add an API key. To find your API key, go to platform.openai.com/settings. Then click API Keys, name it, select Create Default Project, and generate a new secret key. Copy it immediately since you will not be able to view it again. This is the case with all API keys. Make sure to never share it with anyone and to keep it private since it gives access to all of your backend data. If this is your first time using the OpenAI API, you will need to fund your API account directly. So to do that, just go to Billing in OpenAI and add a few dollars of credit. Now your brain is officially set up. You literally just created a brain. You should be very proud of yourself. Now we need to add simple memory to the AI agent node. We can do this by clicking the plus sign under memory. Next, set the context window length. This just tells your agent how many past messages it should remember at once. 5 is honestly good for now. Memory allows your agent to remember previous interactions, for example, a past question, context you've given it through text, or browsing history on your Shopify store. This is super important because without it, it's going to forget everything, and that is incredibly annoying. Next, drag the ID section from the Telegram input column on the left into the key section in your simple memory node. This way, it will remember the information from your Telegram chat. I'm also going to add a Telegram node after my AI agent so that it can respond to me with questions and updates. It's basically going to send out text messages back to me. Now, to complete your AI agent, you must connect your tools. Each tool is basically a subnode connected to your main AI agent node. To add them, click the plus sign and scroll through the list of apps and services. Again, to use them, you will need to add credentials, which are typically either a login or an API key. I'm going to add multiple Shopify nodes that do different things. You will need a new node for each task that you want your agent to achieve. To start, I'm going to add a node that can access all of my current Shopify products and their data. To get my Shopify access token, I will need to go into my Shopify dashboard, click on Settings, then Apps and Sales Channels, click Develop App, and then click Create App. Give it a name based on what I want it to do, then click Configuration, and then click Configure under Admin API Integration. Next, I'm going to add the scopes that I need for my node to perform properly. You can ask the N8N chatbot for the exact scopes that you need to approve. Of course, I need mine to be able to read and write products. So once you've selected them, click Save, go back to the overview, and then click Install App. Then you will be able to see your access token and your secret API key. Copy these and paste them into your N8N node along with the beginning of your original Shopify domain. Next, I will set my node resource to product and the operation to get many, because I want it to be able to access all of my product data at once. Then I want the return all section to be defined automatically by the model. Next, I'm going to add nodes for my AI agent to access all of my order data, update it, and even create and update products in my store. Now, to create products in your Shopify store, you need to add a whole new Shopify node and then change the operation section to create. You're also going to want to add additional fields such as body, HTML, images, title, product type, and tag, basically anything you would need for a product page. But most importantly, make sure to click Defined Automatically by the model for all of the fields. This way, the AI can add things based on the context it's given and not one static thing. Next, I'm going to add nodes so that my agents can access and update my Shopify orders as well. Now, here is how you can connect your Shopify agent to your Facebook and X account. A little warning, these are higher risk tasks, so only add them if you feel 100% confident that you can guide the AI properly. We first need to create a SERPA AI node. This is like a search engine that allows you to access information from Google. Then I'm going to add a Facebook node and connect it to my business account so that I can do things like create ads with my agent using my Shopify data. Next, I'm going to add an X node that can also create and publish tweets based on my Shopify products and stored data. The same can be done with email for an automated newsletter if you want. The biggest thing to remember when adding nodes is that you will need to adjust the operation to match what you want it to do. So you have options like send, create, get many, get, delete, reply, update, or sometimes even custom API call. The most important ones to know are get, send, or create. This is just one AI agent that I created for Shopify, but there are so many different things that you can get your AI agent to do. You could even simplify this one by making it do less. And guys, you always have the option to use pre-built Shopify templates or any templates for your agent. You can make one that updates inventory based on sales or returns, gets order details to generate shipping labels, and so much more. I showed you how to build one from scratch so that you can understand the basics. Now, if the service you need isn't listed under the tools section, you can send something called an HTTP request instead. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the next section. Again, guys, if you're confused about anything or if something's not working, check the documentation or ask the AI chatbot for help. By the end of these steps, you'll have an AI agent with its brain, memory, and tools fully set up, ready to automate tasks, connect across platforms, and handle your work for you. You will need to intervene when it comes to your social profiles in the beginning, especially anything like ads where you have money involved. Ideally, if you have it set up right and monitor it for a long enough time, you will be able to take your hands off the steering wheel and trust it to do its thing. If the built-in tools don't do what you need, you can use that thing that I mentioned called HTTP requests to connect almost any service on the web. APIs are like a common language that lets different softwares talk to each other. So here are some common HTTP methods. There is get to retrieve information, like getting Shopify products, post to send new information or create a product, put to update existing data, for example, modify customer details, and delete for removing data. So example could be to delete old records. I would just recommend asking an LLM like ChatGPT how to build out your specific HTTP request and then follow the steps that N8N provides. You can also get any LLM to generate a curl key. This way you don't have to manually input all of the details. You just replace the section that says your API key within the curl key with your actual API key. And after doing this, you can see that my HTTP request is working properly and fetching all the data that I want it to. It's important to handle APIs responsibly. Secure them with proper authentication, respect rate limits so that you don't overwhelm the services, and build in error handling for when requests fail. You also want to monitor activity to catch problems early and always validate the data you send and receive. So if we decided to start our agent with a schedule trigger node instead of a Telegram trigger, it would need a job description. Basically a detailed prompt that defines its role, tasks, and constraints. You will put that directly into the AI agent node. A schedule trigger just basically means that it runs on a specific schedule. Now, here are essential elements to include in your job description. Number 1, role. What type of assistant is it? Number 2, the task. What things do you want it to do or achieve? Number 3, tools. Which systems does it need to access and use to achieve its goals? Constraints. What should it avoid or be careful about? Output format. How should the results be delivered? And then there's error handling. What to do when things go wrong. The best thing to do is make a summary of what you want the AI agent to do, then drop it into an AI model like ChatGPT and get it to make a professional prompt so that your agent will be even better. For example, your high-level summary could look like this. You are a Shopify product and social launch assistant. Create new products in Shopify from the details that I provide, then draft and schedule social posts in my brand voice and promote them. Use the Shopify API and social media APIs to publish and use trending social media posts to structure your writing. Only launch when all required info is present and you have double-checked that it is accurate. Follow compliance rules and avoid false or exaggerated claims. Return a JSON summary with product links and post details, plus a short launch note. If any inputs are missing or errors occur, log the issue, retry when possible, and stop publishing if compliance fails. Pop this into ChatGPT or Claude, and the prompt or job description that ChatGPT creates will look like this. You can just copy and paste this into the AI agent node, and you're done. You have officially learned the fundamentals of building out AI agents. Remember, start simple with low-risk tasks and gradually build out more complexity as you gain confidence in your agents. The AI agent landscape is evolving rapidly. What we have covered today gives you a solid foundation, but keep learning about new frameworks, safety practices, and emerging capabilities because there is going to be a lot of new exciting additions in the coming months and years. The key is understanding both the possibilities and limitations of current technology. Most importantly, think of AI agents as powerful tools that amplify human capabilities rather than replace them. Use them to handle your work so you can focus on creativity, strategy, and building meaningful relationships with your customers. Let us know in the comments which AI agent you're most looking forward to building. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and let us know in the comments what you enjoyed most about it. And of course, as always, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on our weekly videos covering all things business. I'm Charisma Shaluakina with Learn with Shopify. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.